Hello, Doovie. Welcome to stream. Heck is all about that objective. And hi, Jamie. Alright, I believe we will be getting Tania into one of the voice chats here in just a second. Oh. It's Rainmaker More. Yay. Everyone's favorite. Muscle Forge. Yeah. I'll just warm up on T-Tech and then maybe play a different weapon, but I think it's always good to warm up on it because then I can warm up Inkjets, get practice with that. Yeah. Oh, I'm running into a wall. LOL. That's what I get for trying to read chat while I do aim warm-ups. There's Tania. Hello, Tania. Tania's currently muted, so I will assume until they say something that they will remain as such, but they can hear me now. And I'll just need to remember, because I don't believe Avery's available for the stream today. So Tania, just DM me or something if I forget to like screen share during the VOD review. That's a thing that might happen. You know, it's historically speaking likely.
I think I can like talk instead. It's okay.
Cool. Hearing words is cool. It's like,
yeah,
like this
very
really cool
useful
thing that like humans came up with that makes us really effective creatures.
Yeah, it's a nice little detail.
It's a good thing we're not squids in that regard. Alrighty. So, what I'm thinking we could probably do here is twin, because Avery won't be here. And like we could get other people in from the stream, but I feel like this way, I don't know, might be a little bit easier to coordinate that way.
Yeah, whichever way, it's cool.
Well, we'll see if we like it. And then if we end up being like, blah, this is horrible, then we just grab some people from the stream.
Okay.
So I have a lobby open here. Should turn Tania down a bit in VC, thank you. And okay. Tania, say something now.
Okay.
That was probably a little much. I will now... There we go. Okay. More testing.
Okay.
How's that sound, stream? That works, okay. That silver splash badge. Do I not have it? Actually surprised if I don't. Oh, well, I don't. No, we don't need 2 splashes. For me, Neo Splash is a weapon that's always worked on paper, and then when I try to play it, it's just always a little bit worse than something else that I could be doing instead.
Yeah, it happens. Yeah, I just really like the accuracy of this weapon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's something that makes it really good for especially high-level play. Alrighty. We should be in a pretty decent position to get pop based on our weapons. Now our teammates, that's another question. Might still be worth going for it. They don't have many object shredder weapons. We'll see if we can get it. Nope, we're not getting it. Wow, they picked it up right away. A little eager, I suppose. And we're wiped. So they're going to go the rail. They're going to go right side. We can just throw bombs down there. They probably make it over, unfortunately, but we probably get picked from dropping the bomb there. There is one who's over still. We got him. They're trying to go back onto the rail. Got the Rainmaker. Another two came over. I'm down. They jumped to him. So there's 3 there now. We've got the rail. No, we don't have the rail. They might be trying to push left now.
Mm-hmm. They're targeting me. Yeah.
Got one.
Nice.
Another one at the pillow. 2 at the ramp. They're dropping back down to left lockers. Sorry, do you know the callouts? The
A few of
community
them.
callouts? Okay. Just let me know if there's one that I say that you don't know. Okay, still a couple in mid. A lot of them there.
To get the Rainmaker. Okay, got it.
Fortunately, he stepped in front of a splash wall.
Okay. Try and get there from the right.
I'm hitting a bunch of them. Okay.
I thought I got it.
Nice try going in there, though.
Yeah. Alright, on the right. There you go.
We splatted them before they got off the rail. There's one that's over from the rail. Oh, I'm out of ink. They got me. They're booyahing in our base. There's a jump behind the pillow here.
Yeah.
I got it.
Nice.
They grabbed it, but that's fine. I think one dropped into our trench. The other one's on a bridge. Got him. One in mid, weak. They're jumping to it. I'm down. Our teammate pushed a little early there. We needed to get some paint in front of them before they could really move safely. Good trade. Oh. Alright, our teammate traded back. Hopefully they see the one that's in mid. Oh, I hope they don't get popped on. I got one. Nice.
Got them fried.
Just the forge. They're on bridge. They're bubbling. This is not safe for me, but
Nice.
our teammate through.
Alright.
Nice. That's 2 down. See if we can get this pop. Oh, that's so good. That's lead.
Yes! Triple.
Very nice, very nice. Yeah, that was an excellent bomb rush. That was exactly what we needed that for.
Yeah. Thank you. Alright.
Oh. Nice, got 2.
Oh. On the left.
Yeah, there's one on our snipe. Trying to come around. They dropped down to sponge. They're going into mid. Try that. Got one. Got two. Last one behind it. Got him. And I don't know where the forge is, but we just keep this paint. Don't pop it. Don't pop it.
No.
There we go.
Alright, they're coming there.
Yeah, there's two
feeding.
coming left. Nice.
Yeah, that feed on the left didn't work out for them.
Mm-hmm.
They're on the right.
They're right, yeah, our left.
And I still got one the last moment.
Bab, you can have a Charger VOD review whenever you want. It's probably not going to be as insightful as you could be about it. Or are you talking about somebody else being VOD reviewed on Charger? In which case, anytime that someone requests one. Like, I mean, I've said before, like, I'd be happy to, like, do a VOD review for someone who's better than me and kind of, like, talk through... it's going to be less of a coaching session and more of a conversation, but I'd still find that interesting. Might be an opportunity for me to learn something, might be an opportunity for them to see something from a different perspective. Hi, Smidge! Last Splatling review is so long ago. Yeah, it seems like it's a lot of shooter players that come here. A Gluga's VOD review. You don't need a capture card. All you would need to do is record yourself with a phone, or even just have a private battle on this stream, and we'd be able to record using the spectator option. Because we'll have enough people watching that we should be able to... someone on the right here I'm focusing on. They're on the wall. It's the brush.
Yes, I can see.
They're on the wall now. They came over.
Got him. Select them. Oh god. Oh, okay.
I hit him twice.
Brush on the right. It's good, it's good.
Traded it back. Yeah, let's go up. Darn.
Oh no.
There were like 3 of them watching that, unfortunately.
I'm paying for it.
They're too far ahead of us.
Okay. Just got me.
Our Rainmaker carriers are pushing ahead of everybody else, which is not great. That means that it's really hard for us to protect them.
Oh, yeah, and it's not the route that I will take personally.
Yeah, going left isn't necessarily a bad thing. Like, as long as you know that there's nobody watching it, it can work. But
yeah, that's true.
They're definitely not checking for that. They're just kind of praying that it works.
I get that.
Hello, Yipa, and pressing a VOD review when I set it, and everything is set up. Cool.
Okay, they're going to the left and the right.
I mean, technically we're winning.
Okay, there's someone under the brush. Oh god.
Don't stay here much longer. Oh! They did a sneak up. Come on, Inkjet, you got this. Paint the wall. Don't let them up. Yes!
Nice.
Many booyahs, many booyahs. Oh, let's go. What a god.
Alright, I'm gonna paint.
Just gonna grab this so that they can't quickly push the lead. There's one coming right at me. I'm gonna go to the left instead. There's a brush here. Alright, this is fine.
Alright.
If they get over the rail, it's a problem, but that's hard to do. Oh, cool. We might actually be able to get the wall here.
Okay,
That's big
cool.
points.
Oh yeah, I can see them going.
Ooh. Alright, a little sloppy there, but I got him.
Cool, cool. Oh shit.
Alright, I'll take a push to 10. I guess we can live with that.
Yeah. Okay. 1 minute left.
Majora's Mask is a very unique game, for sure. There's never been one quite like it. Alright. From here, we can just play really, really lame. Throw a bunch of bombs, make it really difficult for them to do anything.
Okay.
It's a bunch of brushes that are just kind of swarming around down there. They're trying to come up over snipe. Yep. Nice. There's only one left and it's the heavy. Alrighty. Bab is down for a VOD review. You can talk about all the disrespectful plays I make and how it's stupid but also funny. That sounds like a great use of that time. And Bab here with the 360 no scope. It's only a tap shot in this game, but they did it anyway. First time watching a Squid School stream. Well, welcome. Call me, is it Qui? Oh wait, cool? Like, is that an L at the end? I thought it was an I for a second. Well, welcome. Whoever you are. However I'm supposed to pronounce your name. Oh, we found Terran? We did find Terran. The Flingza on the other side is Terran. On Twitch, their tag is Obese Tyrese. Well, looks like they might get there. Well, we got a pick, so that's something. There's one near the rail over there. They popped armor and someone's rushing me left. I'm gonna back up. No, that's an annoying hole. There's 2 on left now. Oh. Okay, there's 2 in mid, 1 grabbed. Just gonna run him down. Darn it. Almost got him. He backed up.
Alright.
A lot of paint on our low pipe. I'm not a huge fan of that. I don't know what's going on there. Good shot, E-Leader. Missiling down there. They're going to retreat to mid. We're going to have a lot of paint to work work with on right now.
I have my special ready, my
Okay.
bomber.
We can let this reset. They're bomb rushing. No, that's just a junior. They're, we don't really have a huge advantage right now. I'll wait until we get a pick or something to push.
Okay, they're going on left.
I feel like they might be watching us. Someplace behind us. Yeah. Got the Rainmaker anyway.
Good.
That'll stall it out. There's still one on left painting it right now.
Yeah, I grabbed it.
Oops. Well, here I am. Got one with missiles.
Cool.
Got... Okay, there we go. That's 3 down. Just the Flingza, which is on our overlook. If they're out of play, we might not need to worry about them.
Okay. Oh, damn. Okay.
Like in a lot of these cases, it's better to just ignore that person and move the objective.
True.
They're a little bit split. 2 left, 2 right.
I'm trying to think.
Like 3 of them left. Yeah.
Alright. Oh, that's attacking me.
2 are mini. Ah, shoot, they might come snipe. I need to watch that.
Nope. Gonna go. Got the junior, but I'm too far away. Alright.
I'm down to the Flingza on our sneaky.
Yeah.
It's just our E-leader.
Yeah. Okay.
They're wild for staying in there.
Yeah. Alright, got the ring.
Still one low pipe. Actually, they're coming to high pipe. They're at our goal. Heavy.
Okay.
I got him.
I need to...
Yeah, we need to pop this. There's a bomb left on top of it. Oh, right, we splatted them in the last 15, so I didn't have to go for it right away. That's my bad. Okay, we need to get it out of that corner. It's just gonna get bombed.
Yeah. We did. Should have gone there.
Why is my cat behind the TV? Be right back. He got stuck and I had to pull him out. Oh no. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Silly cat. It's pronounced quill. Okay, but I'm not a porcupine. Got it. So I got it wrong. I guess like 3 different pronunciations and none of them were correct. Wanted to see where all the magically moving images were coming from. Yeah, fair. Taryn says GG's again because we'd played him previously and sent a dancing pug gif. Booyah. Booyah, 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 booyah. That was a smart play from the E-leader. They waited until the pop happened and then they shot me. I was like, I have cover, and then the cover exploded. I was like, oh wait, I don't have cover anymore. Missling 3, including Rain. Rain's separated, nice. There's one in mid still. Oh god, I am in danger. I am in a lot of danger. Okay. Okay, Aerospray friend, we need to get that away from where it is, because that's not where we have help, and also we need to get it to the right, so they don't score. It's getting popped. We need to defend it on left. E-leader's left lockers. I'm getting it over to the right side.
Good, good. Still fairly painted, so it's okay. Nice, good lead.
It's not gonna last long, but I got a trade out of it.
That's good. Okay, I'm gonna...
2 for 2.
Okay.
1 in trench, just ballered. It's the Squiffer. Shredded them, but they got me.
Oh.
Alright, we're just running it.
Okay, only one alive. Yo. Okay, go away.
Brushes are pillow. I hit him. Ah,
right.
I didn't go fast enough.
Alright, alright, alright.
We should be able to pincer that. Nice. Yeah, it's just the Squiffer and the E-leader. So watch out for lasers.
Time to play some laser tag.
One in our trench. Got him.
Oh, they're in mid.
Yeah, brush.
Rush.
Here. Yep, I'm not about that life.
Oh no. Oh wow, that was a good baller. Good to be balling.
Got 2,
Good
just
pick.
the E-leader.
Good pick.
Oh,
Oh no, the rain.
Squiffer in mid.
Okay.
Nice, we got one with a pop. See if we can use the booyah to get through. Darn, teammate ran that up too fast.
Alright, I see the Squiffer. Oh no.
Oh, there were 3 there. Okay.
I'm gonna play it on mid. Alright.
We're outnumbered, so be careful. Nice, they got one.
I'm gonna ping. I'm gonna try to back down.
We do have advantage now, because we got a pick and we're all respawned again. Also, if we get the pick from here, we might be able to take it rail.
Okay.
I'm down to Rainmaker.
Now, they're picking. Yeah, that was not a
Okay,
good
we need to
pick on my
rotate to the
part.
left. They're gonna get some points, but probably not enough for a lead unless we feed here.
No.
Good bomb rush. It's a booyah incoming. They have 6 seconds. They have to push it soon. Nice.
Okay, cool.
Heavy got me on my ouch. They're behind the Rainmaker. Nice. Squiffer has baller.
Oh no.
No, I didn't stop it in time. Probably should have popped missiles before I grabbed, but we'll see what we can do here. Just slowly move it right. There's a Squiffer watching from the left. Booyah incoming.
I'm sorry about that.
All good. Our teammates were dead before any of that happened.
Cool.
Yeah, without the I in Quill, that's not the first thing that I think when I see that name. What do you think about chargers not having laser in Splat 3, but instead having a huge glow around them? A huge glow around them. I guess it's a slight buff to the charger in that they already glowed, but they also have a laser that shows exactly where they're looking. I don't think it makes a big difference, because a lot of the time if you can see the laser, you can just see the charger in general, and that's usually what I'm looking for anyway. So, I don't know. I don't think it's going to make a massive difference in that regard. If it didn't have a glow at all, then I think that would be a significant buff, and that might be interesting. I also think chargers stand to potentially be buffed by the new movement mechanics, where you get a little dash. Because it lets them peek out from behind cover and then maybe peek back. It lets them move a little bit smoother. Okay, scared one of them out of mid. Got one. Another one coming up from behind. I'm down. Nice. That's 3 down. It's just you?
Yeah.
Or just our teammate, who I guess doesn't realize that it's just them?
Ooh.
I don't know. Maybe they're trying to prepare a push for in front. They did get one.
Okay, cool.
But we can't just hammer it in right yet.
I got one.
Okay, right should be a little bit more clear. There is a shark, but I'm missling them. They're backing way up. Should be able to keep moving it. Alright, that's probably dead push at this point, just as far as they get. 37 though, pretty good.
Oh, nice kill.
Oh, let's go. That was really good. Okay.
Alright, they're on mid.
Yep, I'm just gonna shark here.
No. Alright.
This Tetra's left. I'm gonna ignore them.
Cool. Oh god, there's someone there.
Tetras are still in mid somewhere.
Oh, they're gonna get me. I don't know how I'm gonna actually escape that. I'm mid. I'm gonna try and get them.
They have a DC.
Okay.
Hi, Fafnir00. How's it going? Oop. Zap is weak. I'm gonna go down and get. Oh god! There was a second person to trench. Good pick though. So we're 3v3. There's one in our trench left. Nice, we got him.
Okay.
Nice, they're down. We can take it right. I had to think about my directions there for a second. Got one. Tetra's on me. Got him.
Cool.
Jet should get me. Yeah, they were on the wall. No shot. Jet's the only one up. The other ones are spawning.
Oh, that was so stupid.
Rainmaker's running ahead. Alright, well, we finished it anyway. Gonna sit in their spawn a little bit here.
Gonna be evil for a moment. Okay, thank you.
Alright, they finally got me out. Tetra's coming mid.
What?
The boomerang weapon. whip. Splatter lash. I feel like a whip in this game would work pretty much the same way as a slosher. Got dualies.
Alright. I'm coming there so I can ping.
Nice. There's one up top right.
Alright,
and there it is. Very good. One-shot slosher, like a slosher charger hybrid. Huh. Give it like squiff range or something. Yeah, I thought that our Neo Splash, or our other Neo Splash rather, Nick was popping off there. It kind of seemed like it.
Yeah,
That's
was
not
on our last game too.
It's not Nick Thick, is it? The he's like Div 1, Div X ish. Got like top 5 at Genesis, I think.
Wow, that would be amazing.
Is Chibi tardy? Shame. So ready for the splat bow? I feel like people who like, say, like Dynamo or Explo might be interested in splat bow. It looks pretty slow to me. It looks like something that you really have to be efficient about using. Oh man, that was really bad aim. Finally got him, but 2 down. Oh, one of them is hammer. Be careful. They grabbed.
Oh.
Nice.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Make ballpoint good again. They need to tweak the ballpoint somehow so that it's not just like a better heavy.
Oh.
Because that's basically what it was when it was strong. It was just like a Hydra that could charge faster and also had short-range shots. Like, there's just not enough of a reason to use other heavies or other splatlings at that point. Okay, good stop. We need that one. Nice. There might be one near Rainmaker.
Yes.
Yeah, they're in the corner here. This H3. They jumped out. Okay. So that's 2 that are effectively out of play. I'm gonna grab. They're bomb rushing on left, so I'm just gonna go right. One dropped on me. They're on the other side of the box. Oh, we wiped.
Oh, wiped. Yeah.
I'm guessing they're just gonna go to wall. Let's see if we can get there first. Oh no, they're definitely gonna get lead. That's unfortunate. One of them down. Got 2. Nice. I think the last one's respawning. They're jumping to their clam goal-ish, so there's probably going to be people over there. There's one behind the box.
Yeah, man. No, I need to escape, I need to escape. Oh.
H3 weak. Got him. Rainmaker and someone else weak. I only got the Rainmaker. 1 on mini, 2 on mini.
Got the Rainmaker.
I'll follow you.
There's some sprinkles there.
Oh, there's one right behind me.
Distracting them, so. Alright.
We might have a way up left. We'll see. Oh, I got bombed. Yeah, there's someone watching that. Don't go left.
Go on the right.
It's just you two there.
Careful.
They'll both be watching the same spot.
Oh, damn, I fell down.
Got one. Nice. Okay, we might be able to go up right now.
Okay, I'm grabbing it. Okay, I'm going. I'm going. Ah, almost made it.
Darn, really close.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, with only 2 there, I don't think we were going to be able to get pop in time. Inksuka and Splat Bomb. Ball weapons come back, except for the ballpoint. We've got some ballpoint haters. Still a star, it's just not actor anymore. They've got 2 gals with walls in this game, and only one of them is broken. It's been retired, and it's scored an Emmy and a Grammy. They give a gal wall. They're required to give more dualies and splatling splat bombs, or I will cry about it. I wonder what they can do to bring dualies back into the meta. It's like the movement isn't, when it comes with the trade-off of freezing after you go turret mode, like, it's not exactly worth anymore. Maybe they'll bring back more A towers. They will, and nobody will be happy about it. It's the only Splatoon map that's been in all 3 Splatoon games. Splatoon 1, Splatoon 2, and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Got one. Brush coming right side. Brush dying right side. Got him. No, that was really good.
There's someone trench. No,
Blob gonna grab. Good pincer. Try. Oh, hi brush. Goodbye brush. Hi another brush. Goodbye another brush.
Oh.
Yeah, go right.
Oh.
Okay, I guess they're going that way instead. I just predicted that. And we had right side all cleared out and everything.
Cool. Okay. That's a weird one.
Got the trade.
Cool. They're bomb rushing and brush and mid. I'm gonna jump back. Rainmakers on the right.
Yeah, their escort is down, so I'm just pushing them around. I can't go in too hard, though. Brush drop the left sponge, and the Rainmaker will probably follow that.
Okay, it's on left.
Down. There's 2 brushes in mid.
Okay.
Got Blob.
Cool.
1 brush down. I think there's another one in our trench or something. No, never mind. Nice. Missiling 3 and dying for it because that was a bad place to missile. Cape row on right.
The Rainmaker's alone.
Yeah, Rainmaker's last. They're gonna go left. Rainmaker down. This is fine. Missiling the 3 that are by it. Should be able to get pop with this. Very weak. Brush on our grate.
They're
They're gonna go for it. They're gonna grab it.
Creative.
Alright, that should clear them out.
Yeah, there's no one on the right. Yes, there's someone flanking on our base. Rush. Yeah.
Oh, well, got one. Probably gonna die to the next. Nope, they didn't cover all of my options, so I'm out. Nope. Got thrown off because I saw the brush and the Rainmaker and confused them for each other. Oh no, Watermelon, you gotta get in between it. Oh no, they're just gonna score a bunch more. Oh, that's a bomb rush on the Rainmaker shield. I'm down.
Oh, that's so stupid of me.
There's no jumps. They're trying to come right, but I think I've got this. Yeah, I do. There's one at our sponge. Got one in mid, the other one got me. They're shark and bunker. Nice, that's 2 down. We can start moving it up. There's a bunch from mid that were... Oh, we just kind of let those through. Darn. Cape row's down. Blob is down. The brush on me, I'm down.
Okay, I'm gonna grab it.
We need to wait for our teammates to get in front of us here.
Damn it.
That probably stalls me long enough that I can't pop it. Shoot. Judette. Oh boy. Yeah, I do wonder what cat we're gonna get next. There has to be a new cat. Obviously. It's the mammals version, you know? The mammals are back. There has to be another cat. All right, so that brings us to power. So we're gonna go and transition over to our VOD review now.
Cool.
Which means we're going to move the webcam over. Come on, focus. There we go. There it is. Boom. Okay, we want this, we want this, and we want this. Okay. Lil Judd War Criminal Head Cannon Splatoon 3. That's a stretch, but okay. Oh, are you saying if Little Judd happens to be Mr. Grizz? It's all been Little Judd's fault all along. That would be a plot twist. That would throw a lot of people off. Also, thank you very, very belated for the follow, Fafnir. Okay. One other thing that I will do... shoot. Okay, so that should still be the one that is there. But now I can do this. Cool. Just getting my windows all set up nice and cozy. Okay. So we've got Tania here with the KShot in this game on Tower Control Piranha Pit. I'm a big Tower Control Piranha Pit fan. I think that this is a really fun map mode. It really showcases kind of the best of what Tower Control can be in terms of the flow of the game design. What I'm going to do before I go into this is I am going to pull up where is this tab? Oh, there it is. Found it. I'm going to pull up the sendu.inc plan app. And I want to talk a little bit about Piranha Pit and why it's so cool. Okay. That should be pretty good. So the thing that I really like about Piranha Pit Tower is that the tower path isn't just like a straight line from like one end of the map to the other. You know, most of the time you get a tower path that just looks something like this. It's very boring and it stretches out and kind of cuts through the rest of the map on a diagonal. This one is not like that. This tower path does an entire figure 8, even just with regard to like starting from the center and going back to the enemy base. Like you have to go to the left and then to the right. And what that does is it's changing all the time where you need to be to defend the tower or keep it pushing forward. So if the tower is moving this way, let's say, well, this first checkpoint in this area right here are one of the strongest places to defend from. You're typically going to see somebody up here, 1 or 2 people up here, usually at least a backliner and probably someone else throwing bombs. And then maybe you see someone trying to actually push in down here when it's safe, or shark around here to catch someone who's trying to push forward. If it's a little bit earlier on in the push, you'll probably see someone try to take this position because this gives them a good sideways angle to shoot at the tower from. And this is all, I hope, visible on stream. Yes, it is. Okay, cool. I wish it were formatted better. I don't know why it's off like that, but this'll do. This'll do. Also, I should probably share my screen for Tania's sake because there's going to be some stream delay here. Mm-hmm. So let me take care of that really quickly. There. That should do it.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So this is where you want to defend if it's going to first checkpoint, right? But for second checkpoint, you need to go someplace completely different. And it's like on the other end of the map. For second checkpoint, you probably still want like some pressure coming from hereabouts. But now you can open up this route. You can kind of try and push in from here. So whereas before we were doing this, now we're kind of doing this instead. Or I guess I'm drawing those in the wrong direction. I should be drawing it like this. So it's very easy to end up out of position on this map is one consequence of this. It's very easy to be in the wrong place at the right time, so to speak. And what a lot of people try to do at lower levels is just flank all over the place and just be everywhere on the map all at once, because they're like, okay, well, I may be on the wrong side of the map to impact the tower right now, but so let's say the tower's right here. But maybe if I go all the way around this way, it'll be this huge crazy flank. And effectively what that really means is that by the time you are having an impact on the game, the tower is already over here and your team has probably already gone 2 down. And now you're sad because you're like, oh no, my teammates died. They're so bad. When really you were keeping them in a 3v4. So the really important thing that I'm going to talk about here is being in the correct place to help the tower. If the tower is pushing this way, you need to be on this side. If the tower is going to push this way, you need to be on this side. If you're not sure which way it's going to go, then you need to be ready to move in either of those directions at once. So early on, that makes these positions really, really important to control, because from here, you can go to either side you want. The middle would be really good if it were paintable, but it's not, and so that kind of sucks. So if you're not in one of these two positions, you kind of have to be assessing the game state and thinking, all right, where is the tower more likely to end up going? Now, one thing that might happen is if they get on it really prematurely and start pushing it this way and you end up on this side, you can just go up through the middle and shoot them in the back. But that is a thing that's a careless mistake on offense that players will stop making after a certain point. And also, it will get to a point where they will just turn around and punish you for trying to do that if they know you're there. And they'll probably know you're there. So early on, it's a little bit of a scramble, but once the tower has left mid and it's going in one of these two directions, that gives you your information about where you need to be on the map. If it's going this way, you need to secure this area. If it's going this way, you need to secure this area. And then once it gets a little further on, you might need to secure here, and then you need to kind of secure here. Usually that last circle I just drew is unnecessary, because if you get through this checkpoint, you probably already have enough influence over this area. You've probably already splatted enough people that you're just going to knock out at that point. But the real fight is to get it through here. If you can get it through this checkpoint right here, you've probably won the game. It's really hard to stop someone who's gotten past this second checkpoint. It's really from about right here to right here that you get to use this area of the map on defense, that you get to let your backliners just take free pot shots. You get let your juniors just throw easy bombs over onto the tower. If they get through this, they've earned their push pretty hard there. So anyway, the thing that I'm going to be talking about the most is where you're rotating around on the map, and whether that's the right choice for where the tower is and what the state of the game is at that time.
Okay.
All right, here we go. There is game sound. It's just really quiet. I think it might be coming out my speakers. Hold on. I don't think I can hear it right now. Yeah, that's what's happening. Okay. Okay. So most of your team goes out on the left. This isn't a bad spot to take, because if they do happen to just grab the tower, all of your teammates are out of position. So having a little bit of a look over here isn't bad. Now, I wouldn't fire those shots over the edge yet, because what that shows everybody on the other side of this ramp is that you're here. I would focus on just painting this all up first. And sure, if they're looking at their map, they'll still know you're there because it's getting painted, but you should kind of always assume that someone's there. And if you fire the shots, they know more about your exact location at that point. Okay, so it looks like you go to paint the tower itself. Maybe this is in response to an opponent trying to go up over a ramp and jump onto the tower and get on it right away, so you're trying to prevent them from doing so. If they were to get on the tower, they would get like 5 points before you dropped on them and splatted them, and they wouldn't really get anywhere. So I wouldn't worry about that just yet. I'd focus more on trying to figure out where everybody is and how you can impact this opening fight. It looks like you might be trying to go... maybe you're thinking of jumping on the tower yourself at this point, because you do have your teammates pushed out on the left in front of it, and so maybe you're thinking this is a good time to go. It looks like you decide against it because of this player here, but nobody on their team really has the range to shoot you off the tower from here. The range blaster is their longest ranged weapon, and that's just an end zap. You probably could have actually gotten on the tower and just like avoided the auto bomb and started pushing it in this direction if you wanted to. Dropping over to the right, so this is basically a defensive posture, because if they get on the tower, it goes right. If you get on the tower, it goes left. All of your teammates are on the left, so it might be better to actually get on the tower and push it over towards them so that they can help you. Because from right here, you're isolated. Yeah, it's not a bad idea if they get on the tower, but your team currently has control of their ramp right now. They have control of like this. Remember that really strong point that we talked about that you want to control early on. If you start pushing the tower this way, the enemy team is completely walled out. They would have to go like all the way around here to get to the tower, and like we've discussed, that's not a good path. So if you were to get on it here, your teammates would probably have your back, and you'd probably at least get to like first checkpoint. Now, at first checkpoint, you definitely want to reassess whether continuing to push is a good idea, because you're about to push out from behind this cover, and if the entire ground in front of you is painted the enemy color, now you might need to stall it a little bit. You might just want to like hop on it and then get off for 5 seconds and paint up a little bit and wait for your teammates to get back in, and then maybe hop up again to keep it in place. Excuse me. But right now, this, the left side of this line is what's safe, and you've kind of put yourself right here, which is outside of that zone. So unless you're going to try and like skirmish and distract and like get a couple of their attention so that they're looking at you instead of looking what's going on over here, being right there probably isn't going to be too impactful for you, especially with a weapon as short ranged as the KShot Splatter Shot. If you're like a CDS and you're right here, that can be really freaking annoying, because you can stop anyone from coming out here. You can aggress on this area. If somebody's over here, you can shoot at them. And you can always just back up. So that can be kind of annoying. You maybe see like jet squelchers posting up here, or squeezers, and taking away that angle from people and kind of scrunching them in here. But for a KShot Splatter Shot, there's not an awful lot you're going to be able to do in that position. So it might be better in that situation to kind of work more close to your teammates. So they do end up getting on the tower here. So I would say that's a failure of your teammates here. I don't know how they let that happen. But one nice thing about this is that your teammates do continue to aggress, and because of that, the opponents are not looking at you at all. At an X rank level, you probably would have gotten spotted out by these guys on tower. They probably would have seen this push coming and been a little bit more ready to deal with it. You wouldn't have just gotten this easy double. But as it stands, I mean, good job taking advantage of the pincer that your teammates set up. So you get missiled, so you just back up a little bit, which is fine. What I would definitely be doing here is I see my teammates, they're about to push into this area, and it is completely green. So I would be standing up here where it's safe and painting for them, because if they get into a fight in the next 3 seconds, I can't actually help them with that. The most that I'm going to be able to do is drop into a bunch of green ink and really hope that I hit my shots. And I'm going to trade 1 for 1 if that happens. That's not really helping in the fight. But what you could potentially do is paint this up for them, or maybe missile the enemies. I would probably paint this first and then missile, because right now your teammates stand to potentially feed in from here. You do a good job of following up on that fight there. Oh, I thought this guy was below us. Hold on. So it's the one teammate that's there. Okay, this guy didn't drop. I thought he went over the edge earlier on in the video, and seeing this, I'm like, oh, he's directly below you? That's really bad. But no, this is actually fine, because your other teammate distracted from this side, got the blaster to shoot in this direction, and then you guys dropped on them. So that was actually really good. And I like that you're painting up a little bit here. You don't really need to paint up as much as you did here because we're going to start pushing the tower to the left, right? So this spot right here actually won't matter for another probably like 30 seconds. So what we actually need is the left-hand side, and this is the least safe way, I would say, to go into the left side. I would push a little bit closer to the tower in front of it there, because this is all painted green. And so if someone were to drop behind you and try to come this way, you would be cut off. If someone were to see you here, you'd get forced back into their court, which isn't super safe and isn't going to give you a lot of cover. Normally, like, being right here and turning your back to the enemy drop, you should probably expect to get shot. Now, they don't have any long-range weapons, so it's a little bit safer for you here, but you do still almost get caught and you have to kind of drop down. The safer way would be to go through mid just in front of the tower here, and that would let you kind of progressively push up, get out from under the cover of this ramp. So you still have control of this area on the other side of the ramp by the time the tower gets there, but you're getting there bit by bit, you know, through safety rather than through danger. So right now, the tower is pushing left. You're on offense, which means, like we talked about before, you need to take control of this area that's in front of you here. One thing that you could be doing right now is, I think this would be a good time for missiles so that you can spot out where the others are. That will give you their locations, and maybe that helps you fight them, but really what's going to be super helpful about that is that it's going to give you time to paint the drop up over here. So now, instead of it being all green and them knowing exactly where you're at all times when you start to push around this corner, you might be sharking somewhere. They'll have to second guess themselves. They'll need to kind of paint up in front of them before they can get close enough to challenge the tower. So that would be one way that you could push up here. If this guy stays on the tower, they need you to be pushing up in front of it and taking control of this area. If you don't get control of this, the push probably dies. It looks like someone drops down from there. Ooh, that's really good. You guys get two. So now definitely push up in front of the tower. You've got one person in front of you already and one person who's going to be behind you. That's three people. Even if both of them are right around this corner, this is still a 3v2. You guys can still potentially win this fight. So I would definitely want to get forward here and help. Okay, so now that was, I think, that was a 1-for-1 trade. So it went from a 3v2 to a 2v1. So that's perfect. That's exactly what you want, because a trade always favors the person who's got control of the objective, you know? If I'm just sitting passively on the tower, I want things to stay at the same state that they're in because I'm scoring. So this is great. Your job now is to get paint control in front of the tower here. And you're being a little bit overcautious about it. There's only one person left. You've got someone on tower who can watch in case they're right near you. Right now, get vision control, you know, get paint control in front of you. So we saw that the player dropped in over here. If you had been painting this up, it would have been a lot more difficult for them to push that angle. And now they're on the ramp, and since you're so far behind the tower, you actually are out of the position where you can help this guy in the fight. And they've also just missiled. I don't know why they missiled. That was probably not the right call. I don't think they're paying attention to the fact that there was only one player up when they missiled. And now they're going to lose this fight because they had missiles. Great job at least getting the checkpoint there. At least staying on the tower for the milliseconds that you needed to get it through that. Because that's a huge help. But now I would expect that you would go down for that. Yeah, you do. I would say, unless it's the very end of the game, it is always worth it to suicide for a checkpoint. And that's something that people can probably dispute me on, but I don't know. I think you have made progress as a team if you have gotten the checkpoint. Okay. So it's just the blaster. Now, this is the range blaster, so there's a bunch of enemy ink that's overlooking the tower. Right now, I'm trying to paint that up a little bit and dodging around and being a little bit difficult to hit, and with blasters, as soon as you see a blaster shot and it is in range, you need to just start moving. You need to try and get out of that range. The blaster is relatively slow, so you can probably get away from it, but as soon as one blaster shot hits you and you're not already hitting that guy, you just don't have time. They're going to splat you immediately, and it's one of the easiest shots in the game to hit because they need just the AoE damage. So as soon as this shot happens, ooh, you're actually off the tower in midair when that shot happens. That's really unfortunate. But as soon as that happens, you're like, okay, how can I cut this angle? How can I get away? You do actually dodge one shot. Now, what I would say also is that you dodged away from cover. If you had dodged left, you take away their angle to hit you. So left was actually probably the correct call there. Let me see if you did have an option to do that. Yeah, from here, they did actually shoot a little bit to the left, so I guess you make them miss there. But I would say after you make them miss there, switch directions and go left and see if you can get around the corner. Because the only way that you win this fight at this point is if you absolutely laser him as soon as he misses a shot, and you're not even in range to do that at the moment. Wow, they actually miss all of those shots. Okay. I wouldn't expect them to miss all of those shots, and I would say that you got lucky for being alive here. Let me back up a little bit. Okay, so with this many people down on the enemy team, I think what I would want to do here is instead of being this far forward on the tower, I would want to be maybe on the back side of it so that if someone is sharking here, I can just drop off the back. You're going to get special passively just by sitting on the tower anyway. You actually get it in that process there. I said before that I wanted you painting all of this up, but the thing is, with this much of a numbers advantage, if there's somebody here, I figure the team can probably just collapse on them and take them out. You can probably just keep riding the tower, wait to see if they show themselves, and let that happen. Because this blaster wastes a lot of the team's time right now. And now everybody is on the right-hand side trying to deal with them, and now there's nobody in front of the tower to facilitate you guys pushing again, even though you now get this blaster and you now have an advantage again. Something that Devi was talking about on a previous stream is that people in solo queue will often go where the fight is instead of going where the objective is. Something that you learn is a lot better in competitive play than in solo is that the fight only matters if you need to fight to push the objective.
Yes.
In Rainmaker, you'll see sometimes, in competitive play, there will be like multiple fights breaking out around the Rainmaker, but they'll just keep pushing it and like devoting one person to sitting in front of it and pushing it. And, if you make yourself ignorable, they'll just take that and run with it. So from here, we want to be starting to shift over to the left since we have this advantage. Being on the right side right now. So being on the right side right now isn't helping you push, and the reason to be here would be to defend the tower from someone trying to push it to the right, except there's no such person right now. They've got one down. If they push the tower right now, they just go more down. So we don't need to be here. We want to be shifting backwards around our own ramp to the left, or maybe going over mid if it's really safe enough to do that. But from here, so there's someone behind us, right? And that's a danger of being out in this open space. If we had gone back around this way, then we'd be safe here. It feels like we're getting forced out, and I don't know. With a teammate there, you might have still been able to go back to your own ramp instead of going out into this even more unsafe location, but you do come back here. But it is now that they take the tower. And so now, whereas if you'd gone to ramp, you'd be able to just back up and stop the tower along its path. Now you're completely out of play. I'm going to really quickly go back to the planner here. So tower is in middle, let's say. If you're right here and it starts going left, you can go to it left. If you're right here and it starts going right and you go here, you can you can defend it on right. The problem is that you are not here. You have ended up here. Now, if it goes left, if you try and swing around this way, they're going to shoot you in the back from up here. And if it goes right, now if you try to go this way, they shoot you in the back from any of these different angles. So being here, you've forced yourself out of a position where you can defend against the tower push at all. It's better to kind of default to this sort of position or down here than it is to get caught up in this area or this area too much. These areas are like good flank routes for when you have control and where they have to be looking someplace else. But if their eyes are focused on the tower this way, all of those angles will see you in this position, and you don't have as much cover. You find yourself stuck in like this zone an awful lot. And from here, you could get shot from this angle, 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 or from this angle. And you don't have any cover to dodge away from most of that. So if you keep it right here, your opponents will always be right in front of you wherever they're coming from. You know, if they are coming from both directions and you're outnumbered, maybe you have to jump out. But you're not even going to end up jumping out that far. You just come back out and you have access to the same angle. So that's kind of the posture that you want to be taking when you don't have control. And if you do have control, like we did when we got rid of the Grim Range Blaster that was right here, what we need to be doing next is securing this zone. So you got them right here. Cool. Now we want to get over here or over here, whichever's safest, and start having control of that. Okay, so if you're going to fire missiles, what I would say is don't, like, fire shots first. If your whole plan is that, then I would actually get up on the ramp where it's harder to be seen from this, and fire them off in this direction so that way they can't, like, shoot you while you're firing these. Because, like, this guy could have seen you. They probably should have if they were being more aware. Because they see there's a whole bunch of purple ink here, right? So they should probably be at least making sure that this isn't a flank. So they should probably have seen that and done something about that. I'm surprised that they didn't while they were just sitting on the wall here. And you pushing this... well, once they've gotten up this wall, this is not a safe place to be because they have height advantage now. And there's someone else coming from the left. Like I said, you know, from this position, they can hit you from a whole bunch of different angles, and that's exactly what's happening in this fight. Now, you do a perfect job of, like, lasering through this guy, and they miss too many shots. Oh, wow, that was the Grim Range. I thought this was, like, a clash or something. So, yeah, they just straight up miss you, which isn't great on their part, but good job taking advantage of it. And you are actually able to get away. And notice that the way that you're running to safety is right here, which is much closer to this angle where you need to be to defend the tower from this push than it was to be over here. So you just kind of, like, intuitively ran away to where it's safer to be in this position, in this game state. All right, so now you come and successfully defend the tower. You guys are doing all the right things. You're shooting from a bunch of different angles, taking fights together. Unfortunately, that guy stayed out a little bit too long there. A little bit of walking and shooting there. This actually probably would have worked out better if your teammate hadn't shot blocked you. Because I think if they don't shot block you, at least one or two of your shots hit and you actually get this guy. But since your teammate goes down, you lose a lot of ink at your feet. So right now it's purple enough that you can be here. But see, when you see the green splash, right? Whenever one of your teammates dies, you know, it paints for the enemy team around you. So now this is really unsafe, and I like that you're getting out of that. Ooh, I probably wouldn't run in again, though. So, like, right now, this teammate is running away, right? So what that means is that it's not safe for them to be where they are. And somebody is also looking at them, especially you can tell because they've gotten shot already. So nowhere in front of this player is safe for sure. Also, on top of that, the missiles immediately come out. And so, if nothing else, that would be a cue that, like, okay, we need to get the heck out of here. Ooh, your teammate kind of set you up with those missiles there. That's unfortunate. Now, you did know that there was a teammate back here, so I would probably already be thinking, like, okay, missiles went off on all of us. I need to make sure I don't back up into my teammate's missiles. And you probably could have gotten away from this angle. At least from that. But I know that you're also scared of these guys pushing you. It just wasn't a great situation. You guys got walled out really hard. So what can we do differently from this position to make us like more likely to win this fight? One thing I would probably do is try to get a bomb right here. Because this forces your opponents to either back up to where they're not an impact on this fight anymore, or to go into the middle of court here where they're a sitting duck, where there's no cover for them. That would force them to not take this really aggressive, annoying angle that they take that lets them get your teammate and really like walls you out. The other annoying thing about this position for them is they have right side peek advantage. They can sit here and be much more difficult to shoot than you are and get shots around the corner because the weapon is held in the right hand. So, you do get a pick right here, and so at this point, with your brush running back to you, I would just be cutting my losses and backing up. The tower is already returning to mid. If somebody does try to get on top of the tower, it's easier to defend that from here than it is from here, and so I would just be repositioning right now and saying, like, we did our job. We stopped the tower from getting through this checkpoint any further, getting past this checkpoint any further, I guess. It's already returning to mid. Let's trust that it will return to mid and get to a position where we want to fight neutral from again. So, they do a good job of getting those missiles. Your NZAP tries to make a hero play, and your teammate is dead. Look at that. I remember watching this the first time through and thinking, like, all right, so your NZAP is dead now. Like, they're not dead on the screen, but sometimes you can just read the map and know that they're dead. So, what in particular is telling me that they're dead? Well, we know that there's at least one or two people right here. Your teammate just got picked from here, and look at the ramp. Green paint just went down on your ramp. Yeah. So this guy's getting pincered from behind, getting aggressed from in front, has no teammates anywhere close enough to defend him. Your teammate is dead.
Yeah.
I like that you're not dropping down, that you're just stalling and throwing bombs and waiting for your teammates to come back. You're not staggering. This is good. That wouldn't have been safe if this guy hadn't popped missiles, because they could have just shot you as you fell before you could get in range. But because they popped missiles, that gave you all the time you needed. I wouldn't chase this guy too hard. The tower's still here on this side, and you don't want to, like, hop over before realizing that you've put yourself in that same position where you're behind the objective and trying to catch up to it. Also, your teammates aren't here. You've put yourself, you know, with a piece of cover between you and your teammates. So now, even if you catch this guy, it's a 1v1. And if they hit that shot, you're dead. The Grim range has not been great on their shots today, but that is something that could easily have happened there. They just, like, sat around the corner and directed you. So, good job getting the pick at any rate. One thing that I would probably have done there, again, they don't have great long-range options to get you off the tower. You know, the Grim range is the only thing that can effectively flush you off the tower. I would probably have just gotten on the tower and used it as kind of like my own personal little taxi to get me over to the correct side of the map. Because again, like, at this point, we have advantage in terms of numbers and whatnot. Where we need to be pushing is in front of where the tower is going. and you're currently on the right-hand side instead.
True.
So I just get on the tower and ride it over so that I'm on the correct side. And then maybe you can turn it over to one of your teammates. Maybe your teammates push out in front of you really well, and you can just keep riding the tower and maybe use the missiles to help them. But getting into this position again, maybe you distract some people, but like you have no guarantee that your teammates are going to be able to push the tower this way. If the enemy team collapses on them well, you could end up putting your teammates in a 3v4 here. And it's also just not a great angle to hit your missiles from. It's going to be tricky to like line up your shot to where you're actually getting all of the people that matter to get out of the way to make this push. It's probably easier from the left-hand side. But you do see this one person who's randomly posted up here. Really couldn't tell you why they're here. This is so far out of play. Like, they are... So, the tower is here for them and likely to go this way. And they are on this wall.
Yeah.
Like, this is the zone they need to be controlling, and they have absolutely no impact on that from here. So, like, yeah, for you, you know, it looks like, oh, I made the right choice because I was able to come around here and get this pick. But, like, why are they here? You could just ignore this person and, like, focus on 4-player pushing the tower right now. And you would know that they don't have enough players in position to actually stop it.
Yeah, I should have done that instead.
I mean, at this point, given that you're in this position, sure, go for it. Unfortunately, we also bait your other teammate over to this side to help with the fight. So now...
I mean, it looked funny how he was just there, but
yeah, it's definitely a weird position for them to stand in. So now your NZAP is on the tower, which is like, in theory, the correct play. But what they should be doing is realizing that they have no support in front of them whatsoever. Maybe they're like, oh yeah, once I push all the way around this ramp, we'll have full control of the right-hand side. But the thing is, they're gonna spawn in and be right here first.
Yeah, that's true.
We don't have enough control of this area right here for them to make it around. And so this is another situation where I can pretty confidently say that your teammate is probably dead. Let's see if that prediction is correct. There's someone coming up behind them. They still don't have any support. They do actually get lead here. And now they're dead. So yeah, they got lead. They got lead through a recently broken checkpoint by 4 points. Not a huge deal. Probably could have been a better push if they had stalled it instead and waited for their teammates. But I guess, you know, pushing for lead, it's tempting. And it can be helpful because it does put some pressure on your opponents. The nice thing is that now your teammates are rallying around the tower here. You guys are actually taking fights in the place where you want them to be. As long as someone hops on the tower really quickly to stall it here, you can keep it in this area. Now, this player looks pretty dead from their positioning right here. They do get a good trade. Your teammate is able to keep the tower here. The only way that you can really impact the ramp here is with missiles. So that might be something you want to do. Just pop missiles to clear the ramp so that they can continue pushing the tower, and you actually have time to get out in front of it. The blaster doesn't matter if they just stay on the tower and move away from them. If the blaster drops, they should know that they're dead because you're watching this. Since they popped missiles, you probably could have just shot them. But I think you were trying to clear them out of there with the bomb and just overshot the bomb a little bit. Ooh. This is a quick movement thing. So you got missiles on you, and so what you're trying to do is get over to here to be able to avoid the missiles. Now what you try and do is swim up the wall. Don't do that in this position, because if you miss, if you like don't end up in your own ink, if it gets painted by something or anything like that, you might just get stuck on the wall. It's really easy to get caught on walls. Just jump from ground level up onto this. That way you don't need to paint this at all. You don't need to like get stuck on the wall at all. If you had just jumped onto the bump from here, you would just like cleanly get up and over without having to worry about any of the paint situation there, and you'd get out on time. Don't know why your teammate is dropping on the left here. That's incredibly scary. We know that there's already a blaster here. It's already all green. And they're just getting forced out of play. They get picked for that, and it's only because your teammate was there to follow up that you get the trade back. So definitely not a great play on the Brush's part. As a general rule, like we've been saying, play the tower path. So like your team has just lost a fight on this side, so the tower is likely to go this way. Your Brush is positioning themselves here, which is about as far out of play as they possibly can be. So like it's worth it for the other team to position someone here and take this fight, because like even if they lose and have to like back up or something, that's taking two of you away from the zone that matters, which is right here. So okay, so let's take a look at the thought process of this. I like that you paint that up, because that way you can just be sure that there's no flank coming left. It's always good to paint up as you come in. You'll also get yourself pretty darn close to having missiles this way. So even though this isn't the side of the map right now that you may want to care about, getting this painted up is never a bad thing. So your teammate is on the tower right now. I wouldn't be moving toward the tower. Being on the tower wall right now restricts your line of sight by a lot. It makes it so that you can't really shoot at anybody. And since you already have a player who's on the tower, putting two people on the tower, not safe. Like, even if they didn't know that your teammate was on the tower, if they saw you going up the tower, you draw attention to them. Even if they don't know you're on the tower, if they see this person on the tower and start shooting at him, now they're shooting at you. So it's just kind of an area where it's easy to get splatted. I guess maybe it's worthwhile to stall the tower by getting on it for a couple seconds here to keep it on your side, so that way they have to like shift from one side of the map to the other to be able to get control of it. But I don't blame you at all for backing up. That's not a bad play. Okay. So you pop missiles here. If you're gonna pop missiles, it should be something that your team is ready to follow up on. It should be something where, like, them being put out of position is going to let you or your team do something. Missiling them here, yes, you get 3 of them, but all they have to do is back up. And those missiles fall harmlessly, they paint over them, and they go back to doing exactly what they were doing. Your teammates on the right-hand side are too far out of play to really chase these guys down if they have to move. And if you try to push forward to capitalize on this, you're in a 3v1. So I don't think these missiles are going to help you an awful lot here. We'll see what happens. You do have a teammate here. When their missiles go off, you back up. So you firing missiles at them, not only are you not going to like have teammates that can help you out a lot with that, but you've decided to back all the way up, which puts you so far out of range that you will not have an impact on how those missiles are used at all. At the very least, you probably could have like thrown a suction bomb someplace that you think they might run to try and catch them. Like they run away from your missiles and they're like, oh shoot, here's a bomb. You can make that kind of play at least if you're going to fire missiles like that. But now you're just kind of giving up any impact that your missiles can possibly have. So I would probably have saved the missiles at that point and waited until I knew that there were going to be teammates close enough. And once you do fire the missiles, I'd like to see you commit to using them to at least some degree. At least throw a bomb with every set of missiles that you fire. Okay. At least like try and paint up an area that they are no longer able to watch because they have missiles on them. Like get something out of it instead of retreating. Missiles are a means to an end. They're a way to accomplish something else on the map by moving them out of the way. You can't expect them to get kills for you just by shooting them out there. Now, in this case, you do end up getting a kill, which is awesome. And now seeing that there are 3 down, you want to be like moving ahead and getting control in front of the tower. You need to be like expecting that your teammates are going to get on the tower here. and I would kind of be like rushing forward a little bit to try and get control. Hiding behind the tower like this, it's safe for you, yes, but if your teammate is going to just stay on the tower, it's going to put them in danger. If you get like to the side of the tower instead, then they have to choose between whether they're going to shoot at you or shoot at your teammate. And maybe your teammate is able to help with that, maybe you're able to help with that. But if you're hiding behind the tower, the only thing that they have to shoot is the tower. And so I do not expect that your Zap will live very long there. Uncharacteristically gets off the tower to safety, so good play there. You have missiles now, and this is an excellent time to use those missiles. So let's look at where we're at here on the map. Tower is about here, and you know that there's someone here, there's someone here, there might be someone here we don't know yet. So if you and your teammate are right here, what's stopping you from pushing the tower? It's these guys. What can you do to these guys? Well, you can maybe throw bombs, but if you throw bombs, you're probably in range to get shot by them. So it's not super safe to do that. But what you have right now is missiles. If you missile this area, they have to be so careful about where they stand, and they're going to get forced around. They're going to have to drop whatever they're doing and immediately move. And this is a position where you could actually like swim up to here and shoot someone as they're clearly swimming in this direction. Like if, let's zoom in a little bit. So if this guy right here has all these missiles around them, they have two options because they've got someone in front of them. They can't move that way. If they move backwards, they're safe, but now they can't shoot at the tower anymore, so that's still a win. If they move this way, though, and you see them drop down there, if you're standing here, you can just pre-fire that and shoot these guys before they have a chance to return fire. So either way, if you fire missiles and then position yourself right here, you can control this area and potentially even get a pick and let the tower move for at least another few points. And once these missiles have gone off, your two teammates who are here and here should be able to push in and help you with that, even if you go down to that push. So that's what I would be doing at this point. I would be noticing that the thing that's in our way is the people who are up in this position. And since I have one of the best specials at displacing people from narrow positions like that, I would immediately be popping missiles and trying to get them through that. Right now, it's... Do you have another teammate here with the tower? I think it's just your NZAP. So I think I saw the other two on the other side. Yeah, so right now, there's like one person who came around from the right and the other guy that was on the tower there. Being in this position, you're not in a position to help them. I think you might not be realizing you have missiles or not thinking to use them that way, because I feel like what's happening is you're like, okay, well, if I'm here, I'm just going to get shot. So there's no point in me pushing in front of the tower. Maybe I can get an angle from here instead. There's really never going to be a good way to distract these guys with just your main weapon. Maybe you throw a bomb up there and that helps, but okay, at the end of the day, you're going to need some kind of special to displace these guys.
Okay.
Ooh, someone's flanking the tower, so you should probably be able to help with that. When you run up here, this is as far away from the tower as you want to be. You don't want to like get up right next to the wall, because this cuts the angles that you have to shoot at this guy from. From here, you could totally just shoot at this guy, especially since the tower is moving back toward you. You have the range to shoot them right now. So right now I would be aiming at it, because once you get up this close, this guy has cover from you. There's no way you can actually hit them when you're this close to the tower. Good job cleaning that guy off the tower. You see that he's firing missiles at you right now, so you need to be thinking, okay, escape plan. What you got to do now is you got to paint your feet and you've got to move away from the missiles. Now, if you're planning on getting rid of this guy, the way that you do that is you start walking toward him and firing. You're walking and shooting this guy, and then as soon as he's down, you know that your feet will be painted. You swim off the tower in the same direction that you were aiming. So like if you'd swam forward this way, you're safe. But the missiles are going to kind of follow you around here, right? They're going to start here where you were and then go around in kind of this pattern here. And so the fact that you were still on the tower there and you'd kind of stayed too close to where the other missiles were firing, you're going to die there. Not to misrepresent it, like, it's not that the missiles, like, are going to... So you can see the missiles are all firing at once. It's not like they move sequentially, like one after the other. But we can see, like... If you try to go this way, you have to go further before you're out of the missiles. Whereas if you go this way, you're probably safe. So they're able to get back on the tower, and your teammates recognize that. They cut their losses. They rotate around to this side, which is perfect. That's exactly what you want to see. At lower levels, people will just keep, like, they'll panic, like, oh no, wait, we let them get the tower. We let that slip out from under us. And they'll try to come up this wall, and they'll stand on the unpaintable area, or they'll even drop onto the enemy side and enemy ink and take really bad fights against someone who has height advantage over them. Your teammates did the right thing. They rotated right to where they had paint, to where they can still defend from, and they can actually defend better from there than they could from where they were. So they made the right choice there. Unfortunately, they get overpowered here. So they trade 2 for 1, so it's up to you to kind of defend it at this point. So let's see. So you've already fired there, so they already know that you're kind of here. You throw a bomb, you shoot here. They have the idea in their heads, these people behind the tower, that you're in this position right now. I would be moving, because the first thing that's going to happen if you stay here is someone should, like, peek from around the corner, already knowing that you're here, and take you out before you have a chance to react to them, you know? Their knowledge of where you are lets them shoot you faster than your prediction or reaction to where they're going to come out from. So it looks like they're backing off and playing pretty safe at this point. Again, the same concern about being on the tower with your teammate. Like, if your teammate's already on the tower, I want to take this position instead. That lets me get height advantage. That gives me a better angle to be able to shoot at the tower from. Like, I'm not going to get in that position where I'm too close to the tower and can't shoot one of them that jumps up on it. I'm up here, and so I can flush them out from either side.
Yes.
That's going to be a stronger position to take than, like, right here. Because right here, again, you're just shooting up at the tower. Whereas right here, you could be taking a separate angle from this guy. Like, let's clear all of this out. So with the tower being right here, if you take this position and your teammate takes this position, now you're pincering it. Whereas if you take this position and your teammate is, like, almost right on top of you, the person on the tower can just stay on this back corner of it and probably dodge shots from both of you. And everybody knows that they just have to direct all of their attention at you two. Whereas if you were here, if you were right here, someone would have to look this way while somebody else looks this way or something like that.
Okay.
I like the choice to missile, though. Missiles are a great, like, tower clearing special. They make it really hard to stand on the tower. They also let you know where everybody is, because you don't have a lot of vision right now, and there's not a lot that the map is even going to tell you, since you've got, like, clear battle lines between you and the enemy paint. So popping missiles isn't a bad idea. The only issue would be, like, if you pop missiles and your teammate goes down, you don't actually Everything just crashed.
Yeah, it was like, what's going on?
Okay. Looks like that should still be working fine. And let's just make sure that this is actually still playing. Cool. Okay. So I think we've fixed pretty much everything there. So you guys do end up winning it, which is awesome. We like winning. Winning is fun. Alrighty. So you do end up getting a pretty decent KA there compared to everybody else. You could probably have more missiles for how long this game went. I think
Yes, true.
that that's a little silly, but like that's the sort of thing that, you know, a weapon like yours can do.
Yeah.
Like I'm also surprised to see the arrow spray not up with numbers like that. This is something that, like, just in general at, you know, an A rank, people are not going to be painting as much as they probably could be.
Yeah, that's true.
So, yeah. A lot of what I was saying was kind of an extension of the zoning part of the A rank video. It's a little bit of an extension of those ideas, of those concepts, what you need to be, like, what zone you need to be controlling for tower control, but very much still exactly the same concept. So that would be a good one to review for those of you who haven't seen it. Were you going to ask something? Sorry, I feel like I cut you off there.
Oh, yeah. The reason I chose KShot is because I'm, like, it's one of my mains, but I don't know how to use it, so that's why. Actually, I don't know how to use the missiles, so I really did want to put the input. I wanted the input, basically.
Awesome. Yeah, so to summarize, because I feel like I have talked about that quite a bit so far, but missiles are a way to get vision of your opponents and to force them to move. You can't count on it to do anything more than that. Yeah, maybe like if you set up the right situation, it makes a kill more likely, but people have a lot of control over both where those missiles land and how they deal with them. So there's not a lot of skill expression there. You don't get to make that special better by like aiming them better or something. The only way that you can improve the outcome of the missiles is by setting up around them and picking a good time to use them and a good position to use them from. I would say it's usually, if you're only missiling 2 players, consider, I wouldn't say do this every time, but consider only aiming them at one so that it solo missiles them and makes it harder for that person and makes it likely that they draw it over to their teammates or something. Because you get the same amount of missiles out of it either way. So that might be worth considering. But with 3 or more players, it's probably worth it to shoot it at all of them. Gets a lot of paint on the map and also gives you vision of more people. If you're far enough back to use them safely, consider waiting for a second and thinking about, okay, this guy's there, this guy's there, this guy's there. On a coordinated team environment, you'll actually see people just like popping missiles and then calling out everyone's locations and then firing the missiles. And that way everyone on the team is aware of like those players' locations. Don't discount the vision. The vision, I think, is the way that I see the KShot right now is that it's usually played as a support weapon. It's usually played to paint a lot and farm for missiles and then use those missiles to initiate pushes. And then the one time that the KShot counts as a Slayer weapon is while it has missiles in the air. When it has missiles in the air, now you're looking for picks that you can get off of those missiles. You're looking to take fights with your teammates when that happens. You're looking to like force people out of position with bombs so that they have to land in the missiles or they have to go to your teammates. That's the one time where like if you do, you know, see, I know where this person is and I know that they don't know where I am, that's when you can just go and hold forward and press CR and probably get a pick out of it. But until then, there are just too many weapons with longer range that are being widely used right now. Lots of Nautiluses, I'm seeing a lot of 96 right now. I'm seeing a lot of Squeezer. K-52 has been considered busted for a while. There are just so many weapons that beat the KShot in a fight that are meta at the moment that on a competitive team, you're going to see it used more as a support weapon. And it's only going to really go in and play like a T-Tech does, that aggressive role, when it's fired missiles and it's time for the entire team to be pushing.
Okay.
So if you're trying to bring that into like the team setting, that's kind of how to think about it. It's kind of a hybrid Slayer and support, because the weapon is better suited to slaying than it is to like painting like a Junior Will or an NZAP 89 or something. If you really are just trying to farm missiles and you don't care about anything else, you're probably sticking to like an NZAP 89. But the bomb lets you stall objectives a lot better than the NZAP 89 can. And the main weapon is better for fights generally. There are people who would disagree with me on that, but that's kind of how I see it. So that's my kind of formula for KShot. And that's the weapon that I have played the most besides the T-Tech. So I speak with some degree of experience behind that.
Yeah, that's why I want to use this weapon, because like it's one of my main, like I mentioned, but it's not something that I will consider myself how to use properly. So I want to know how to do that. So thank you.
Mm-hmm. Used to be a lot more aggressive than it is now. It's just that meta shift that made things a little bit more tricky.
Yeah,
I'm gonna catch up on chat.
Like the hybrid.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I do like the hybrid aspect of both, but since I like both support and Slayer, so even if it's not considered the best, or I don't know, like I like that play style a lot.
All right. This was also a really weird game because almost all of the weapons were short range. The only weapon that was even mid-range was the Grim Range Blaster. So you didn't really see a normal flow of the game here. Usually up in these areas, you're going to see a backliner. And it's going to be really, really annoying. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did want to get a better game, but my phone wasn't working, so it's the only one that got to record.
Yeah, that's okay. It's strange that the game gave you that team comp, and that actually let you do some things that you wouldn't have been able to do normally. Like that let you kind of control this area a little bit more easily. It would have let you, run away from and ignore some of, like, for example, the Grim Range Blaster. If you just like stay on tower here and maybe put a bomb in front of them, right here, when you're trying to get the tower back over to the other side, that'll just keep them away. If there's a charger up here, now you can't really stay on the tower as safely.
Yeah, that's true.
So it definitely changes the game a lot to have those weapons as they were. But all right. So let me know if you ever have any more questions. Obviously, this is going to go on YouTube, so you can go and rewatch it as you like. For those who don't know, this gets posted on the channel titled Bravous VODs on YouTube. So I guess I might as well pull that up really quickly and get you the link in the chat while everybody's here. And I just need to click this button, and now I have the channel link, and now I copy and paste, and boom. So this is the Bravous VODs channel. This is where all of these stream VODs get posted. This isn't like curated content at all that's on this channel, which is why it has so few subscribers. And it's, because all of the videos are like 3 hours long. They're all like full streams of tournaments and whatnot. But in case anybody ever wanted to go back and see one of these VOD reviews a second time, this is the place that you would go to see those. For those of you who don't know, we also have a main YouTube channel where we have a bunch of videos on how to improve its Splatoon. And I was referencing one of those videos earlier. That is the same exact link that I just posted. I am very silly. I apologize for my silliness. I can fix this. There! That's a different link. And that's the other channel. This is where the edited, like, how to get out of ranked videos and things like that are housed. So you can check that out if you so desire. that is going to be it for our stream for the day. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We always appreciate having all of you guys here and learning about Squid Game with us. Feel free to drop us a follow if you want to see more. We do this every single Tuesday from 3 to 5 Mountain Time. So that's 2 to 4 Pacific and 6 to 8 Eastern. No, 5 to 7 Eastern right now. So there will be more of this next week as well, every single Tuesday when Airsign is driving home from work. Perfect. I'm glad that we can be a part of your routine like that. That's awesome. So special thanks to Tania for this week for being willing to show their footage in front of everybody. That's not always an easy thing to do, you know, be criticized on the internet in front of all of your peers, in front of millions and millions of viewers.
True.
Multiple dozens of viewers sometimes. So we definitely appreciate you giving us this footage and, you know, giving us something to base the show on. If you guys want a Squid School VOD review, all you've got to do is join our Discord server at !Discord and DM me on Discord. I am Jem. You will find me at the top right where underneath Coach. Should be pretty easy to find me. So just join that Discord server and you can DM me from there and let me know that you want a VOD review and we'll work out all of the details from that DM. So that's how you will get that if you want it. We're going to go and raid someone. And I'm going to figure out who that someone is right now. Let's see here. We're going to go and raid Negus. I don't know if that's actually how his tag is pronounced. I don't think I've ever worked that out, but we're going to do it anyway. Another competitive Splatoon player, I believe a Bamboo player, but I haven't watched enough to know. He plays a lot of different weapons on stream, and so that might not be his main. Correct me if I'm wrong there. I don't want to spread misinformation, but away we go. Oh, that was the correct pronunciation. Nailed it. I got something right. All right, off we go. Okay, apparently that didn't work. We're going to try again. Something went wrong again. Can we raid other people? Let's see if we can raid Chara. That worked. Okay, it just doesn't want us to raid Negus. Well, here we go to Chara instead. We'll get back to Negus next time. All right. I know this sounds stupid, but you can record on a laptop, right? Don't need a computer or PC. You would need a capture card, which is a separate piece of hardware to record a match of like a console game. So that's an extra piece of equipment where if you don't know that, you probably don't have it, you know? So anyway. Oh, but laptop versus computer or PC, that doesn't make a difference at all. Okay, now we're rating.